Hey guys, welcome to EduTap. I hope each of you is happy, healthy, and fine and taking very good care of yourself. I'm your mentor Veer. And guys, this is the fifth video in continuation of our newly launched series, especially focusing on the government schemes. Guys, before starting our today's video, I would like to take up the doubts that you were raising over the YouTube. So first of the doubt that was raised over the YouTube was about the PDF. Guys, I already covered this doubt that you can download the PDF of our already covered schemes via our Telegram group, the link of which is already shared in the description box. The second doubt that was raised was about the dedicated playlist, where we can find the dedicated playlist. So guys, if you check out our YouTube channel, in the playlist section you can check out the videos of government schemes. Guys, the only thing that might confuse you is about it comprises of lecture from lecture 1 to almost we have covered 23, and this will be the lecture number 24. So the difference is, guys, earlier Ritika ma'am used to take the lectures and she has already covered the lecture from 1 to 19, and I started taking the lectures from lecture number 20. The difference is between me and Ritika ma'am is that earlier Ritika ma'am used to cover the schemes through MCQs, and now we are covering this scheme through descriptive as well as MCQ way. So guys, that was all about your doubts. If there is any more, you can raise it over the YouTube platform. So guys, now you can check out our results from the year 2019. We have achieved a great success due to our dedicated students as well as the quality of material that we are offering. In the 2019, guys, we have got 25 selections out of 41 seats in case of NABARD grade A. In case of RBI grade B, we have got excellent result in terms of selection, almost 107 selections out of 156 seats. So guys, that's the level of, we can say, the excellence we are achieving through our dedicated students as well as the quality of material that we are providing. So guys, now it's time to start our video. Guys, I hope now you have become habitual that before starting the scheme, I always share a picture or some story regarding the scheme. So here is a picture, guys, a common boy imagining to take off a flight. Though I didn't get any good clip art, so regarding the imagining, I shared this one. So guys, there is this plane, and this is the common man who is thinking of taking a flight. So I hope now you can guess the scheme that we're gonna cover up today. Yeah, we're gonna cover up the Udaan scheme. Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik, giving wings to every common Indian. So guys, this is the scheme that we're gonna cover up in the lecture number 24. So guys, let's start with the introduction to the scheme. Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik, or in short known as Udaan, was launched as a regional connectivity scheme in the year of 2016, and this scheme comes under the Ministry of Civil Aviation and is being implemented by the Airport Authority of India. So guys, the three questions that can be framed from the introduction itself is about the launching year, the ministry involved, as well as the implementing agencies. All these facts are important from our phase 2 as well as phase 1 point of view. So guys, now talking about the objectives of Udaan. Sorry about the misprinting, guys. It is actually Udaan, the objectives of Udaan. If you remember the picture, there was a common man. So the objective of Udaan is to make the air travel affordable for common man. Along with that, the another objective of the Udaan scheme is to develop the regional aviation market. So there are the two primary objectives of this scheme, that is to make the air travel affordable for the common man along with the development of aviation market. So this is about the introduction and the objective. Now we'll take up the key features of the scheme. So first key feature of the scheme is, guys, the scheme emphasizes providing connectivity to unserved and underserved airports. So what do you mean by unserved? That means no operation of flights. And what do you mean by underserved? That means maximum 1 flight per day or 7 flights in a week. So unserved and unserved airports are being covered. So I hope, guys, this point is now clear to you. The second point is it's about the tenure of the scheme. The scheme will run for 10 years subjected to the periodic review. Okay, so this is another important point. Now the third point is about the scheme is market driven initiative where airline operator accesses the demand on the routes and bid for it. So guys, suppose we can say the operator or air fleet operator wants to start a flight from Delhi to Shimla. So what they will do, they will check out the feasibility of the flights along with the bidding. They will do the bidding for that, and if they got successful, they will have to follow the certain specifications. For example, that they have to keep 50% of the seats under the regional connectivity scheme. These seats will be discounted, and the discount will be, or the funding of this discount will be borne up by the central and state governments. We'll take up that the sharing of funding pattern in the coming slides. For that, skip that now. Now the third point is about the airline operators are provided exclusive rights to operate the RCS routes for a period of 3 years. Suppose an operator becomes successful for bidding for the Delhi to Shimla route, then he will have the exclusive right to operate over this route for a period of at least 3 years. Not at least, but for a period of 3 years to be exact. Now guys, I already mentioned about the sharing of the funding. So here is the point. Thing is, the funding will be shared between the central governments and state government. There is no fixed pattern. There are two components to it. One is the monetary assistance, and the next is the concessions, and there are other benefits which are being provided to the air fleet operators. So monetary concessions are known as, the monetary assistance is known as the viability gap funding, which is shared between the center and the states in the ratio of 80 is to 20. In case of northeastern region as well as the union territory, this sharing will be 90 is to 10. So the viability gap funding share of the state will be 20%, and for the northeastern region as well as the union territory, it will be 10%. Now there are some additional benefits like the concessions I was mentioning. The central government will be mentioning about some concessions like the concessional GST is provided on the book ticket. Now similarly, state government will also be providing some additional concession to the air fleet operators under the UDAN scheme. That much PhD is not much required, guys. That is not fruitful. That maximum knowledge that we required is about the sharing pattern of viability gap funding. I hope you understand the meaning of viability gap funding. If not, I have mentioned here. It is the monetary assistance that have been provided to the air fleet operators so that they can operate without making much of the loss. And this funding is shared between the center and the concerned state. This viability gap funding will be available only for a period of 3 years. So guys, after 3 years, this monetary assistance will not be provided. So that was about the key features, guys. So till now, guys, we have covered the introduction, the objective, as well as the important key features of the scheme. Now we take up the key takeaways from the newses. So the first news is about, guys, the recently government of India has announced to set up 14 more water aerodromes. I hope you understand what do you mean by aerodromes. Aerodromes are basically small airports. So when the word water is added, that means small, the airports that have been connecting the seaplanes. So guys, now government has announced that they will be setting up additional 14 water aerodromes. This announcement was launched during the launching of first seaplane service between the Statue of Unity in Kevadia and the Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad. So the first seaplane service is coming up in the state of Gujarat. Okay, so guys, this is an important fact from the phase 1 point of view as well as the phase 2. Now guys, the next news about the UDAN 4.0. I think I have forgot to mention about the term UDAN 3.0. So we will take up it in the UDAN 4.0. Actually guys, I already mentioned that the air fleet operators have to bid for the route. So from the start, they were bidding. So for the first time when the bidding was done and the routes were approved, it was named as UDAN 1.0. The next year, bidding was termed as 2.0, and in the last year, it was termed as UDAN 4.0. In the UDAN 4.0, 78 new routes were approved, especially focusing on the northeastern region, hilly states, and the islands. So guys, earlier till UDAN 3.0, there were 688 approved routes, and after UDAN 4.0, there were 78 routes that have been approved in the phase 1 of UDAN 4.1, which makes the total approved routes to the 766. So this is a number of routes that have been approved under the UDAN scheme. Now guys, there is one more information that government is planning to establish 100 more airports or heliports or water aerodromes by the year 2024. So question can be asked on this fact as well. So guys, that was about the two newses. Now let us see the third news. There was a term during the pandemic time which was the lifeline UDAN. Guys, this Lifeline Udan was intended to transport essential medical cargo to the remotest part of the country, and within this Lifeline Udan, 430 flights have taken place, and they have carried almost 800 tons of cargo, and over 4 lakh kilometers of aerial distance was covered. So that was about the Lifeline Udan, in which the essential medical cargo has been transferred to the remotest part of the country, and there are some figures regarding that. Now guys, the fourth news is about the Udan Day. This day is to commemorate regarding the successful implementation of the Udan scheme. So this is observed every year on 21st October. So guys, this fact is important from the phase 1 point of view. Now the last news is about the government is also targeting to increase the number of fleets from the present 600 to 1200 by the year 2024. So guys, these are the important key takeaways from the news. So guys, we have covered the introduction, the objective, the key features, as well as the important takeaways from the current affair news. Now it's time to revise the scheme through some MCQs. So guys, the first question is about the scheme came under which ministry? So the scheme came under, I already mentioned the first slide that the scheme came under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Then the launching year of the scheme is, guys, 2016. The implementing agencies are, I think these three questions are from the first slide only. That is the Airport Authority of India. Then the tenure of the scheme is 10 years subjected to the periodical review. Then the viability gap funding sharing for the Northeastern region and the Union Territory is, guys, 10%. We have already covered this. And for the remaining states, it will be 20%. So guys, the air fleet number to be increased from 600 to 1200 by which year? We have already covered this point. That is by the year 2024. Then the Udan Day is observed every year on 21st October. The number of new water aerodromes to come up is 14. Important point from the current affairs. So the routes approved under Udan 4.0 is 78, which takes to the count of total approved routes to 666, considering all the bidding rounds. That is from Udan 1.0 to Udan 4.0. Then the viability gap funding is available for how many years? That is 3 years. So guys, I hope you are now pretty much comfortable with the scheme, and now you can attempt this question very easily. So guys, that's all about the Udan scheme and our today's video. If you liked our video, please share, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, and do give a thumbs up. So now guys, I'm your mentor Veer, signing off.